So I wanted to talk about something that's a little bit weird today. There's a pretty popular discussion going around in the Guilty Gear Strive community right now with VIP and Celestial when it comes to the whole ranking system of Guilty Gear. And this talk has been on other games like Dead by Daylight, it's been on Counter-Strike, it's been on other fighting games like Mortal Kombat 11 with the Combat League ranking system, and Street Fighter 5 with their ranking system, and even Tekken. There's a lot of people out there that say that rank doesn't matter, that your rank does not matter, and they will go to the end of the world to defend this. And there's a pretty popular opinion in the Guilty Gear Strive community right now that Celestial floor doesn't matter and VIP doesn't matter, and you can go look at their replays and like everybody on that floor is playing like trash, and that is not true. Now let me preface this by saying I don't think rank is everything. Rank definitely is not everything. You definitely have the guys, most of the time pros, who don't really care to take the time to like go through the whole ranked thing and rank all the way up to #1 in the world. Most of the time they're just playing with their friends or they're playing with other pros and they're trying to train and level up. I mean, that's what I do 95% of the time. Yes, on Guilty Gear Strive I am in heaven and I am VIP, but 95% of the time I'm playing with my friends or playing in the park to actually learn matchups on the game to get better at the game. And that's what I did in Mortal Kombat, that's what I did in Street Fighter, that's what I did in Tekken, that's what I've done in most fighting games. So no, I don't think you should preface how good you are as a player on your rank in a fighting game, but the argument that rank does not matter in fighting games makes absolutely no sense to me, because from my experience from playing fighting games for years is that the people at the top of those ranks, whether you're the highest ranking Street Fighter, whether you're the highest rank in Tekken, whether you're the highest rank in Guilty Gear Strive, whether you're the highest rank in Combat League and Mortal Kombat 11, whatever, 95% of the time, the people at the top are going to beat the people in the middle, and they're going to beat the people at the bottom very easily. And whether that is from raw expertise as a fighting game player, whether that's because you understand the fundamentals better, whether that's because you played the game for years, you played the game since it came out, it doesn't really matter. And as time goes by, as fighting games get older, those dudes at the bottom, those dudes in the middle, if they are playing the game a lot, if they are learning what they need to learn to get better, if they have the initiative to get better and get to the top, they will. I mean, that's with everything. If you have the initiative to learn something and you put everything into learning it and you want to get there, if you work your ass off, you will get there. And I do think there's a thing going on in the community right now because people want to challenge the Guilty Gear Strive ranking system, right? It's something weird about it. People are just wanting to fight it for some reason. Even though we've had ranking systems in so many other fighting games and whatever else, Guilty Gear Strive, in my opinion, has one of the best that we've ever seen in fighting games, honestly. The dudes who don't need to be fighting the people at the top won't be fighting the people at the top. They have that choice. Now, I'm pretty sure you can select a tower. I'm pretty sure you can be tower 4, and if you want, you can go pick tower 10. But if you don't, and if you're not playing in the park, you will never play those guys unless you choose to. You have to choose to do that. You have to choose to fight those guys to fight those guys. If you don't choose to, and if you choose to just stay in your little floor and play the dudes who are ranked where you're at, it's going to be good matches, at least as far as your skill rank goes. It's going to be a lot of whatever goes on in that floor, whatever goes on at that skill level. It's only going to get bad. You're only going to start losing when you go further up. Now, I'm not saying you're immediately going to go up to, like, if you're on floor 4, you're going to go to floor 5 and start getting your ass kicked. That's not true. There's not that much of a skill gap. But if you're on floor 4 and you go to floor 8, 95% of the time, you're going to lose those matches, in my opinion, from what I've seen, from what I've even experienced on Strive so far. And I think that goes from floor 5 to floor 9, and floor 6 to floor 10, or floor 6 to even floor 9. I only think that skill gap lessens when you get to about floor 8, 9, and 10, because when I was learning the game, when I was really trying to learn the fundamentals of the characters I was playing, their neutral, their matchups, I was in between floor 8, 9, and 10. I'd rank down, I'd rank up. I'd rank down, I'd rank down, I'd rank up, I'd rank up. I jumped between them all before I eventually made it into Heaven and won my Heaven matches and became VIP, and then, you know, learned the matchups a lot more. Now, yes, I'm a fundamental-based fighting game player. I've been playing fighting games for years, so I'm not new to fighting games. So I'm able to take a character that I enjoy playing and learn that character to my best ability and learn the matchups as I play and kind of, you know, wiggle my way through of not knowing stuff. I don't know how to play against a certain character. I'll fill it out, use my knowledge of fighting games to maybe get a leg up in that matchup, even though I don't know the matchup, and possibly win the match. Now, just because I and some other people in Heaven might be able to do stuff like that, like I have a friend who just played in a tournament and made top 9. He got 9th place in the tournament, and he'd never played against a Ramlethal before, and the Ramlethal knocked him out. Just because there are people that have the ability to do that, that does not lessen the impact of having VIP or the impact of your rank to a certain extent. Again, 8, 9, and 10 and Heaven, I'd say the skill gap kind of lessens, but I'd say below that, like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, there's definitely a skill gap going from those floors, and that skill gap gets wider and wider as you go down to floor 8 or floor 9. I think that's just fact. So no, I don't think rank is everything. I definitely don't think rank is everything, and I don't think you should preface how good you are as a fighting game player or in any other game, a video game player within a ranked system. I don't think you should base how good you are based on your rank. But there is an undeniable skill gap within those ranks. I am not very good at Street Fighter. I think I'm like silver on Street Fighter 5. You will not see me beating someone who is in the top 800. You won't see it. I am a damn good Mortal Kombat player. That's where I kind of got my upbringing. You will not see me, with the skill gap that's there, you won't see me taking games off Sonic Fox, but you won't see someone 3, 4 ranks below me, or even 2 ranks below me, taking games off me. That's just the thing about it. Rank matters to some extent, especially in Strive, because it's set up so well as to where those players that don't need to be playing the top players won't be until they put the work in and have a chance against those players. And like I said, I think the ranking system in Guilty Gear Strive is probably one of the best I've seen in a fighting game. It's set up so well. It's got the initiative there to keep people playing. It's got that pull, right? It keeps you coming back. You want to hit those floors. You want to keep going up. You want to learn more. It's got that initiative there. But even if you don't, even if you're fine where you're at, you don't have to go up. You can just keep playing the dudes who you're playing, and whether you realize it or not, playing matches will make you better, and you'll eventually start to go up. That's just kind of how it works. You get more experience, you learn the game by accident, and you get better. And I really don't care. A popular part of this argument is it's not as deep or skillful or this, that, and the other as Grand Blue Fantasy. Man, nobody really played Grand Blue Fantasy. It didn't have rollback netcode, and it didn't get a lot of, you know, popularity on the market. The rollback netcode kind of killed it. I mean, it could have been a great game, but the people that were playing Grand Blue Fantasy were the people that knew about Grand Blue Fantasy, and probably people that have played the series for years. Guilty Gear Strive is one of those games that's pulling in a lot of casual players, and not just old heads from the Guilty Gear franchise, from the Guilty Gear fighting game scene. It's pulling in a lot of casuals who have never played a Guilty Gear game before, so this is where the ranking system, you can see it shine. You didn't really get to see it shine with the 20 people who didn't know about Blaze Blue that bought the last Blaze Blue game. I'm sorry, you just didn't see that ranking system really put to the test, because like 20 people who didn't know about the game previously probably bought it. Like, that game did not sell well. But that's my opinion. I know it's probably a little taboo. I don't think rank solely matters, but I do think the guys at the top are at the top for a reason, and I think the guys at the bottom or even the middle are in those spots for reasons. And I hate when people use the excuse, well, rank doesn't matter, and usually that excuse is just to make up for their shortcomings. Like, they don't want to learn the game. They don't want to have to put the time in to get to the top, to get to that top rank, to be really decent at the game. So they just use the excuse, oh, well, rank doesn't matter, man. Your rank that you worked your ass off for, that you really worked hard for to learn matchups and fight these good players, that doesn't fucking matter, because I'm down here and I don't care to put the time in. So it doesn't matter for me, it doesn't matter for you. And I think that's a little shitty. But that's my opinion. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. This was kind of like fueled by a Steam community forums conversation I got into with just people linking the same video over and over again that's titled, like, your VIP and Celestial rank does not matter. And it's like, well, for one, form your own opinions, and for two, that's not entirely true. But yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Tooten. I've been your host, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.